Hello, this is Nick George with Clouds Diamond Sharpening. I'm just going to show you a demonstration on barber blades going on animal clipper and animal blades going on a barber clipper, and swapping out ceramic cutters. You can buy coarse cutters or fine cutters and from Andis, and you can swap them basically with any blade after they are sharpened. If I sharpen the comb and the ceramic cutter, they are guaranteed to cut perfectly. So if you want to swap out blades, I know some barber blades, most barber blades don't sell ceramic cutters on them, so how do they get them on there? Well, you have to buy an Andis cutter. Maybe Oster sells cutters, I don't know. I only can get Andis. I like how they're built and they work well, so I just stick with them. Yeah, so you can put fine cutters or coarse cutters, ceramic cutters on almost every blade, and we'll go down here and I'll show you. Okay, so this is a few blades. I sharpened them just to make sure they cut for the video. This is a 3/0. So if you notice, let's just go ahead and start right here. This is a 50 blade animal blade. You can look up the millimeters, and I'm pretty sure the millimeters are exactly to a 5/0 barber blade. Okay, so now what cutter do I get for this if I wanted to turn it ceramic? Well, that's a fine cutter. See how fine the teeth are? See how fine the teeth are? See how small? Well, look at, here's a coarse cutter. Look at the difference. See it? Here, maybe this will help. Here's the bottom. Look at the teeth. Fine, coarse. Fine, coarse. Fine ceramic, coarse ceramic. Okay. So a 3/0 blade takes a fine cutter. So what would I replace it with? A fine ceramic cutter. See? Okay, so let's just go ahead and we'll throw in a random. Well, this is an oster. How can I tell? Well, because Andis says Andis on it. It might have been a wahl. But anyway, we'll put this Andis on there. Now, you don't want to always swap parts of your blades, guys, because now that I swapped this piece with an Andis, okay, so on an Andis socket, you can tell there's that little engrave, and it doesn't really latch on all osters. So you might want to take that in consideration. I try not to mix up the sockets too much because of that. And then also, if you change the spring, this distance from this distance is different than this one. Look at that one's way farther apart. Look how high it goes. Look how low this one goes. So that means I'm gonna have tighter tension on this Andis. But that's okay. I know how to adjust it. But I recommend you guys don't switch it too much. You'll have a bunch of non-working blades, especially if you don't know how to set your tension right. So this is I don't know, it's like a laube ceramic cutter. I don't know, maybe wahl or buttercut. Who knows? Some generic cutter. I sharpened, and I sharpened this comb, and it will work. Okay, so there we go. Don't put it over the comb. See how it's a little behind? You don't want to cut your face or cut your skin. Okay, so there's my blade. Got my test string. So that's beautiful. See that? Look how easy that cuts. No severed string, it's perfect. Okay, so now this is like a laube or a buttercut cutter on an oster with the Andis hinge and spring. See? It says Andis on it. Okay, so I hope that explains everything. And if you want to put one of these on a fast feed, I would recommend getting a fine cutter, since it adjusts to a 40 position or 3/0 position or 5/0. I don't know, I'm not really a barber, so don't take it from me. I just examine them and I know what's going on. So now, okay, let's take this off. So look how high that is. Okay, so now some cutters are low. Look how low this one is. Oop. Look how, see how low it is? Look at the indent, how much of an indent that is. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this cutter on here just to show you what happens when you don't have the right tension. Well, it still has okay tension, so that's good. About 1.5 pounds, that's fine. I'll take that. Now we'll try it. See how it cuts? So that's the original blade. Well, with an Andis socket. Okay, so they're interchangeable. I could take my 76 here. It doesn't have a hinge, so I guess it doesn't matter. But anyway, let's just keep continuing with the video. So this is a number 2. You can see it's a number. Oops, sorry guys. A number 2, 6.3 millimeters. Okay, so now you can take a number 5. This 5. Oops, sorry guys. 6.3 millimeters. So what does that tell me? That tells me these blades are pretty much gonna cut the same length. Well, they will cut the same length. That's the only option. If you notice, they're almost identical. Now, I think animal grooming stuff is nicer, has a latch, longer cord, but I'm not a barber, and you guys like those slow clippers, and so it doesn't burn your customers, of course. So if you look at this cutter, so what is this? This is an Andis 5F. You guys don't have this in the barber world. If you notice, the cutter is a coarse cutter with fine teeth. What? That's kind of crazy. Okay, so let me show you. The distance from there is the same. See how they meet the same? The teeth go there and to that end. Perfect. But look at the teeth, how far they are. Notice? Yeah, so it's a coarse cutter. Now you take a fine cutter and try to put it on this blade, and you're gonna have a problem. Look at the teeth. Uh-oh. So yeah, so it would cut like probably farther than 6.3 millimeter, because it's gonna come back here and then it's further back here. So look at the length. Look how high it is compared to up here. It's a little different. You see the slope? So yeah. So if I wanted to put a ceramic blade on this, unfortunately, I would have to put just the normal old coarse cutter, because if I put a fine cutter on there, the teeth are going to be way back. If you don't care, then that's fine. But see, so now if I wanted to swap and put a ceramic cutter on this brand new blade, I would take my trusty screwdriver, wherever it is, stick it under there, put a coarse cutter on it. Ta-da! There it is. And sometimes you'll have to adjust. I just got lucky. And I ain't gonna test this blade because I didn't sharpen it. And guys, when you buy a new blade, they are guaranteed sharp. But if you have a problem with them, the manufacturers want you to send it back to them. It takes about 2 weeks. Most of my customers if they order blades from me, I tell them I'm gonna add $7 to it and sharpen it, because then it will be sharp. So new blades are not always sharp. They do have a warranty, but it's a 2-week turnaround and you have to send it back to them. I don't warranty their blades. Now if you want to buy a blade from me and pay $7, well then it will be sharp, promise. But anyway, so what would happen if we put a coarse cutter on here? Well, it would hang over and you probably wouldn't even be able to adjust it. You want to just go ahead and try, since we're making a little video here. We'll just go ahead and slide this off. Put the coarse cutter on there and we're gonna have a problem. Uh-oh, so now it's hanging over. Now it cut your face, or cut your skin. So let's go ahead and try to adjust this. I don't believe this will work. It's just not gonna work, guys. We can try. Well, it does work. Barely. If you notice, there's a little bit of life. So this would work. I mean, we could try it. It will work, but it's kind of pointless since it's a coarse cutter on a fine blade. It won't cut as much hair, so it's kind of worthless. I mean, every tooth cuts, guys. Okay, so now if you look at this blade though, coarse cutters are a little longer also. See that? Like 1 tooth longer. So what's that gonna do? Well, if you use this to go around ears, you're gonna cut some ears, because look at the blade travels so far. See? Travels all the way to there and travels all the way to there. And look what happens when it goes over. It cuts you. So if you go around the ears with the 3/0, I have no idea what you do. Don't change it with a coarse cutter. I would use a fine cutter. Here it is. Oop. So 2 barber blades, 6.3, the same. I sharpened this. We'll just go ahead and throw this comb. So let's put a coarse cutter on a barber blade. So here we go. Here's my barber blade. I sharpened both, so it will cut. That is the only option it has. It does have an option not to cut, but I try not to give it that option. So, yeah. So you want it a little behind the teeth. See the little bit of light on the ends of the teeth? That's good. Tighten it up, and it's perfect. See that? See that? Okay, so now we'll throw it on. Throw a little bit of oil. Guys, your blades love oil. It's better for the clipper and for the sharpening. Your sharpening lasts longer, because if it runs into dirt or grease or anything, or a rough patch of hair, the oil helps it by making it move and it beads off, okay, all the dirt or anything, any hair product in their hair. The oil will help it, and because if that gets in there, it just dulls it. Look how fast it's moving. Oil is good for it. It's better for the clipper, helps the clipper, less maintenance on your clipper, the blades stay cooler. But anyway, this ain't about oiling, this is about changing your ceramic cutters. So, I mean, I don't know. This blade, it'll just cut forever, probably. No, it probably won't. It'll cut for a long time. Anyway, see guys, there's a ceramic cutter on a number 2, 6.3 millimeters, same as a 5F animal blade. Okay, so now the difference is on an animal clipper and a barber clipper, the cord is different. The animal version is longer because it has to walk around the table. The animal version hinge, it has a latch. See? Barber blades also latch, so that's pretty cool. And latches work better than barber hinges in what I think. Just because it latches and you don't have to worry about the hinge getting loose. The only time you have to replace the hinge is when your blades start rattling from these ears being too far apart, because the blade loses metal as it beats left to right. It hammers that metal. But anyway, and sometimes animal clippers are faster, and they'll have different hinges. So that's about it. Okay. Thanks for joining me on this wonderful ceramic adventure. So now, like a 5/0, if you wanted to put a ceramic blade on a 5/0, well, you'd use an Andis fine cutter, and it would fit perfectly. There we go. See? Look at the teeth. They're almost identical length. Pretty cool. So there you go. Swap it out. Now, if it doesn't work after you buy a brand new blade and put a brand new ceramic cutter, just go ahead and send it on to me, and I'll sharpen both sides and they will cut. That is the only option. Alright, so enjoy your day. Have a wonderful day. Keep your clippers serviced to keep that hair out of the motor so they don't get hot and overheat your clipper, and then you have to buy a new motor. And go ahead and replace those Lincoln levers on your 76s so you don't leave lines in your cut. And if it's still leaving lines after that, you might as well send it on to me, and I'll service the whole thing, and I'll tell you why it's leaving lines. But anyway, enjoy your day. See y'all later. So this is a blocking blade I just got laying around, and a laube ceramic cutter. Now, of course you wouldn't want to do this, but I'm just going to show you. Once I sharpen both sides, they work. It doesn't matter. See how the cutter is not over the comb teeth, so we're okay there. And now, I missed it. There we go. Nice. Beautiful.